Hey guys, welcome back to Confirm and RM YouTube channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day getting ourselves back into another 2-minute technicals video looking at XRP. But yes, we're starting off with a little bit of Bitcoin, so I want to show you guys just something that you might want to see. We haven't seen, we were talking about this, weeks ago, back in August, so over a month ago, when we saw this sharp sell-off that we had seen all the way from 30,000, 32,000, almost down to that 25, just about 24 and some odd dollars. And if we zoom here and look at the oversoldness, now I think we covered this before, but the oversold aspect of Bitcoin, we haven't seen Bitcoin that oversold since the fall of that's when COVID had initially came out, right here, March of 2020, and as well as here in 2019, but didn't quite reach that. The sell-off of 2018 after the bull run. Interesting nonetheless, huh? So that was one of the things I was thinking about when I was thinking about last night's video I made on Bitcoin, was just seeing this pushback and seeing this, how deep it had gone, and literally as deep as the pandemics. So that kind of puts it in perspective for you. But regardless, guys, getting ourselves in here to the XRP price chart, jumping on in. On a daily, finally XRP getting out of the rut that it was in. It was able to get a close above the 20-day moving average and above here at the 382 at 50 cents and 9 tenths. Getting a close right here at 51 and 2 tenths. Absolutely awesome to see. XRP making some headway. You can see also getting kind of wedged underneath that 200-day moving average, but getting through there. Yields us up there to that 53, 54 region we were talking about. But let's get here into the 4 hour, because this is where it matters. The 4 hour, guys. So the 4 hour, absolutely just going bonkers, breaking through major moving averages here, and having the last one kind of showing up here on that 52. That's what we were talking about last night, 52, 52 and a half. And then we have a large ceiling there at 54.7 and then 57. But what we can do is we can take this trend, right, guys? What we can do is just kind of get rid of all this jargon for a second, right? And what we can wind up doing is just grabbing a Fibonacci, coming from the top to the bottom, just like this. Could use it like that if you'd like to. Go right to the dead bottom, but that would be okay as well. But I'm actually curious as well to see if it were to go from here. I would say this most recent trend right here would be your best bet. Perhaps the middle. It looks like that would be the middle. I think that's what I would go with, right? Bouncing around here in the 618 region, falling to the bottom, holding on top of the 236, but maybe pushing it upstairs a little bit would be a little better. I'm not too sure which one I want to go with. You know what? I'm gonna go here. I think this is where I want to go. This is the high before the fall, because it retraced, did a little bit of a touch up, come down to the 382, trying to get through this 702. Couldn't. Came back to the 0.5, fell to the 0, trying to hold that 236. Got through the 382, holding back, testing that 0.5, and now retesting this 786 region here at 51.5 cents. So this what makes sense to me, because this is a heavy region here at 702, and it was the same thing over here. So I think this makes sense as a 702. So I'm going to go with that. So that means that breaking through here is a good long up here to this 52.7 and 53. See how these line up nicely? And then you can see the 1618 comes up here perfectly at that 57 price level. You see 57 and a half, exactly, with lining up with our long-term chart here, showing that 0.5 Fibonacci on, like I said, the long-term chart. So you're sitting here on a 4 hour bullish. You're sitting here at a 63. You're not oversold. You came off of an oversold territory here on September 11th. So been about 19 days, or not 19 days, 9 days, 8 days. And now you're actually reversing trend. Looks like we're getting up to the upper hand region. But It looks promising. If we're actually able to bounce through here, we're gonna get a nice little pump upwards. We're gonna get that. I think we're gonna get that move. You'd be seeing that same sort of explosiveness up there. You'd retest this at least as 53 and push up to that 57 price level. I mean, that wouldn't be crazy to see because of it breaking through the ceiling here on like 66. It's good because you're seeing a 60 level around this 786. Remember, I always tell you guys we're getting to that critical region of having both those numbers play together. And as you can see, the only thing holding it back is that 200-day moving average. So if it's able to blow through that, I mean, the only thing stopping it is going to wind up being just oversold here if it winds up going up to that 90 on the RSI. But that would really be it. I mean, our MACD, I believe, is looking nice as well. It in fact is. You got our good volume showing up here, not really dropping off crazily. I have the conviction to believe that if we do actually break through this region, the 786, you're going to be seeing the 57. It makes sense in my head. I mean, obviously not without first hitting this 54 because it's a huge ceiling. But if you're actually able to break through here with conviction, hold it, and you're going for a retest of this region. I mean, 57 was a pretty heavy support for a little bit there. So, at least that's what I'm looking at, guys. It makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? So, you can even give ourselves a little trend here on the bottom side. And you can even go to the top side. You can see the latest it'll get there is by Thursday next week. Just trying to trending sideways. It could get up here all the way to 52 if it wants to. And nothing would be, couldn't be any wiser than that. But that wouldn't be too crazy. Even if you were to move it to the bottom side and use just the candle bodies, it's still like Wednesday. So, I mean, the shortest or the longest this trend could go for is, just a week of just bouncing around this region. If it wanted to fall, it would come back to a support on 50 cents. And what are you losing? 1 cent, which is what? Could it be a 0.5% or 1% fall? 2% fall. I mean, it's nothing at this point, right? So depending on your conviction of what you're doing, but let's see. Yeah, 2% fall. Ain't nothing crazy, but you have your 20-day passing through your 100-day now. I mean, everything's turning quite bullish for a good end of September into October. So at least that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm gauging. And that's what I'm going with. It makes the most sense in my mind, like I was saying earlier, and it's going off of just showing you the previous cycles and how everything's working. I think right now is we're establishing, well, we've already established, but this is the region that we're going to start, turning around from. But hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I appreciate every single one of you. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. This obviously is just more longevity looking into the latter half of the week. It looks like you might come into like a little ceiling here at 53 and bounce around. But overall, it looks like we have something kind of going on here. If we were to really think about it, could even do something like that, hit this, come back down, fly back up, and do something like that. I don't know, but it's definitely something on the radar. I mean, right now, the RSI looks like it wants to pop out. It might come back down for a little bit of retest, sitting here on top of the 51 cents pretty much. But if we're able to actually hold that and blast off, we know the targets. You know the targets. I know the targets. And like I said, guys, remember, none of it's financial advice. It's my personal opinion. Hope you guys are having a wonderful one. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Appreciate you.